When you think of a garden, you probably think of something similar to this, but with a lot more plants. But did you know you can grow some of these same plants without using soil? I didn't think so either. Some plants can actually be grown in a hydroponic system, which ditches the soil and uses only water. There are a variety of hydroponic systems, some small and some big. Some can even be built in small areas using household products. This would be great for someone feeling experimental or a beginner gardener wanting to test hydroponic systems. In my horticulture class, we are currently growing lettuce in a nutrient film technique or NFT system. My class maintains to our system and lettuce plants on a daily basis. After only a few short weeks, the plants are almost fully grown and ready for harvest. In a few minutes, I would like to share with you the history of the NFT system, the benefits of hydroponics, and how to grow this lettuce in the system. Hydroponic systems have been invented over a long period of time and continue to improve all the time. From the Growers Network article on the history of hydroponics, the idea of the NFT system is said to have developed after a few other hydroponic systems already existed. This invention was thought of by Dr. Alan Cooper in the 1960s. This system varied from others because it relied on a constant flow of water. These systems used to be extremely expensive when they were first made. This was because they were created out of aluminum or ceramics. Later, it came to mind to use hard plastic instead. Although still pricey, this cost less and still provided enough support for the growth of the plants. Since you now know about the history of the nutrient film technique system, you might be wondering why some gardeners prefer this hydroponic system over typical soil. Hydroponic systems actually provide several benefits when compared to planting in soil. Since these systems recycle the water that runs through it, hydroponics prove to be more efficient with this resource than plants growing in soil, according to Green Art Planet. The NFT system actually saves a lot of water because it runs through a reservoir and eventually returns back to the growing plants. Studies have also shown that hydroponics grow plants nearly twice as fast than in soil. This helps in growing a higher yield in a shorter amount of time. This speed will benefit commercial farmers who would grow a large amount of the same plant to distribute to local areas. Unlike typical land areas with growing species, hydroponic systems do not require any chemicals or pesticides. Instead, the NFT system requires a nutrient solution to be mixed in with the flowing water. Nutrient solution is a liquid substance that provides the plants with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Plants need these elements to grow, and the solution doesn't pollute the area around the garden and helps preserve the environment. Now that you know the basics of the NFT system, allow me to demonstrate how to grow lettuce with this resource. Growing lettuce in the NFT system is very simple, if you have the right supplies. First, you would need to soak your rock wool in water for about 15 minutes. Rock wool looks like this, and is a light and breakable material with half-inch deep holes that your seeds first start growing in. Once this is finished, you can start planting your seeds. My class used toothpicks to place the 2 seeds in each hole. This is a very tedious task and will take some time. Once each hole contains 2 seeds, take a spray bottle and welcome the newly planted seeds with some water. After this, you are left to wait until the seeds grow tall enough to place in the NFT system. The rock wool should be sprayed on a daily basis to ensure plant growth. As soon as the lettuce plants are tall enough to be seen through the top of the system, they are ready to transplant. Simply cut the rock wool into little squares and place these pieces in the holes of the system. Once all lettuce plants are carefully placed in the system, double check the water to make sure it is flowing properly. Also, make sure the aerator is working so the plants do not drown. Even though the system uses strictly water, the plants still need oxygen to live. After this step, all that is left is the daily maintenance of the system. This includes checking the pH of the water to ensure the plants are healthy. In order for plants to absorb the nutrients they need to live, they must have a pH between 5.5 and 6.5. Next is the inspection of the filter for any materials, such as loose rock wool, that might cover it. The hydroponic system will only work if these are taken care of. Otherwise, the plants will soon die altogether. At last, that's all there is to know about the nutrient film technique system. This hydroponic has been perfected for about 60 years to provide producers with specific benefits soil cannot provide. The NFT system also does not require too much labor or time when growing lettuce. For me, learning about hydroponics was really fun and interesting. I hope you learned a lot about a new way to grow plants. And if you're really intrigued by this method of gardening, you might even discover a simple hydroponic system you could create in your own home. I promise you it's worth the experience.